Oh, here we are again. Yeah, I wanted to put this video up because I think basically what I'm noticing is the literature and the um, videos that I'm doing, whilst fascinating to me, um, don't really sort of, life isn't as miserable as I would make out on some of these. It seems as though I'm dealing with lots of, I suppose, issues around life and struggles and stuff like that. But actually, um, something that was mentioned to me a while ago was that, well, if you think about the quote from Wayne Dyer, we are spiritual beings having a human experience rather than human beings having a spiritual experience, because we would be called we are we're all about being rather than doing. He said if that was the case, we'd be called human doings, not human beings. And I think the kind of stuff that I'm reading is, for me, really fascinating and interesting, and it's changed my life pretty much. Life isn't always about the spiritual side and trying to understand things, and a lot of time it's just about being. Um, for me, it's being happy as well, and being happy within the space that I'm in, and having the feeling that I'm in control. But sometimes we slip, and I just wanted to put this out there because that's okay. Because I think I call it having a human moment. I'm feeling a bit human today, and I'm sort of a little bit more in touch with the human side than the spiritual side. But I think that's all part and parcel of it. I think it's important to spot those times so that they don't become the dominant factor in your life. So I think it's I call it being the noticer. When you step back and you go, oh dear, I don't know what I'm feeling here, but I'm not happy, and there's something I'm not happy about, and then process it that way. So be in touch with it, but don't necessarily make it so that you are, I suppose, unreachable on a human level. I hope that makes sense. It kind of makes sense, but I think life doesn't have to be serious. It really doesn't. It's there to be enjoyed, and I think if you're gonna have fun, then have fun. I think the key to it is you can have fun, but not at somebody else's expense. And I think if you're looking to dabble, shall we say, in whatever your heart's desire is. Again, so long as you understand the rewards of such dabbling and also the consequences of such dabbling, then I think you're having a balanced view, and that's what really I'm trying to achieve here in my reading and in my application of this stuff. Um, and so there is a lot of seriousness to these videos, but again, it's just it's coloured with a sense that I'm trying to move on and recapture some of my spirit, which I think sometimes life has this subtle way of just piling on pressure, but it does it in such a delicate way that we just don't notice it. So I think becoming the noticer has been a really key factor for me. And I think also with these videos, what I'm trying to do is offer perspectives, perspective, as I go for anyone else who cares to watch them. So it doesn't have to be dire. It doesn't have to be life and death. It just has to. I think you just have to feel as though you're in control. Um, Now, this idea of the noticer brings to mind that there might be two people in there, in here, and I think that's true to a certain degree. Things like when people say, I was just talking to myself the other day about, or I hurt my arm, or there's two people there. And I think what you've got to do is realize that there are two people, only in that there is the form side of you and there is the spirit side of you. And I think sometimes we lead with our body rather than our spirit. So that's the way I'm trying to do things at the moment. So it's okay to have fun, and it's okay to be a little bit silly and do the things you want to do and follow your passion. And I think that's what I'm trying to do here. So I just wanted to say that because I can, there is a there look to be looking back on some of the videos a bit of a serious thread, and I'm not that kind of guy. I'm all for having fun. So it's all about control, yes, taking back control, yes, but letting go at the same time. So there's work to be done, and I'm enjoying that dichotomy. And I'm sure I'll continue to document these ideas as we go. But have a great weekend.